Hey, what's going on, guys? Ben here from Tactical Civilian. Happy 2025. Hope you guys' new year is going off strong so far. I got Socks in the gun room with me today, and I'm going to show you guys how to install the Vortex Viper red dot system on a handgun. Alright guys, and so starting here first, I'm going to go on ahead and take out my handgun. In this case, we're going to be using the FN 509 Tactical. I'm going to go on ahead and clear it and make sure that we have nothing in the gun. Once I have deemed the gun safe and clear, I'm going to go on ahead and take my magazine in the case, and we'll just push that off to the side. Now we can go on ahead and work on breaking down my FN here just to make the installation of the red dot a little easier. And so first things first, I'm going to take off the threaded barrel protector here. Then we're going to go on ahead and just lock that gun back to the rear like so. Drop the takedown pin. And then very carefully disassemble our handgun. Now, as you can see here, I have everything needed in order to install the Viper red dot correctly. Obviously, starting off, I have the red dot sight itself. We then have the included polymer riser plate that is needed for the FN, as well as the right MRD plate or puzzle piece for the FN. The correct screws, battery for the sight, as well as the little Allen keys required. Now, the last thing I'm going to do before we can start is I'm going to go on ahead and fully disassemble the upper receiver. So basically, I'm just going to take out the recoil spring and the barrel. So now we're all ready to start. First things first, you have these two T10 screws on the top that we're going to have to remove. Your FN will come with its own T10 wrench, but I am never a fan of these little tiny guys, and so I have just a T10 on an actual screwdriver here, and so we're going to go on ahead and loosen both of these and take them out. And then you're just going to want to go on ahead and then remove this top plate. Alright guys, and so these next parts, they all kind of happen all at once, and so I'm going to try and make sure that I go nice and slow for you guys. But next thing up, we're going to go on ahead and remove this MRD plate. And then there's a little O-ring that sits right in there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but you just want to make sure that that O-ring stays in the same exact position that it was. Take your other RMD plate, just place that right on the groove like so. And then now make sure you have your screws and then your screwdriver readily available. We're going to go on ahead, and since this has an open facing bottom for the battery compartment, what you do is with the numbers facing out, see you have a blank side and then you have a number side, you put this number side facing out, push that down in there, place your polymer riser plate on it, and then we're going to assemble it all on at once. So, like I said, with the numbers facing out, we're going to push that battery in there, hold it in there. Sorry, I had to go out of frame there for a half a second, but then we got our polymer plate pushed on there. You want to make sure that your holes are all lined up and that you can see daylight through them. And so And so I felt all of those connector pieces pop in. And so now I'm just going to keep a nice firm grip on it, and we're going to screw in those 2 screws. Now I should mention, as I tighten these down, I'm not going to tighten them down all the way to tight. I'm just going to do it to about finger tight, and then I'm going to stop and get my torque wrench. All right, and so just to make sure that we have everything tightened down to the right specs, I'm going to go on ahead and take out my torque wrench here. And what we're going to want to do with this guy here is set it to 22 inch-pounds, and then we'll just want to tighten it down from there. All right, so I got my torque wrench set to just about 22 inch-pounds, and so now we'll just fully tighten down the red dot. There's one click, and then there's the second click. So now that I have the screws set to 22 inch-pounds, I just want to make sure, give it a little tug and just make sure it feels nice and secure on there. Mine does. I also go on ahead and I check right along the seams and just make sure everything looks nice and flush. And then before we assemble it, here's just a little sneak peek of what it kind of looks like installed on there. With the red dot secured and everything looking good, now all that's left is really just to reinstall everything. And so we're going to go on ahead and pop that barrel into place there, get our recoil spring. Also with that recoil spring, you just want to make sure that it's set kind of right in the middle, and so just something to pay attention to. I'm not going to screw that guy fully on there until we get it back on, but then just slide her back on there, make sure everything lines up, pull it all the way to the rear, lock it, takedown pin, and then there we go. Now that everything checked out and seemed like it was operating pretty well, now we're just going to want to make sure that we securely tighten down our threaded barrel protector there. And then lastly, how do you turn the red dot on and off? And so how you turn the red dot on and off is, firstly, you just press either the up and down arrow once, and that will turn on the sight. So there you go. And then the sight's on. And then how you turn the sight off is you just hold the down arrow for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright guys, and so with that being said, you should have successfully installed your Vortex Viper red dot system on your handgun. If you guys found this video helpful, please go on ahead and leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. I am super close to hitting 1,000 subscribers, so if you guys are new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I truly would appreciate it. As always, Happy New Year to you guys. I'm Ben from Tactical Civilian, and I'll see you guys in the next one.